السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونتوب إليه. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وأنفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Assalamu alaikum everyone. So today, my name is Imam Muhammad Amin. I'm the founder, also a tutor here at Mahir Academy for Quran and Islamic Studies. And so we do have Quran Fluency Reading Program for both kids and adults. So if you are an adult or you have a child that you want to help to learn to read the Quran, so our program is a good fit. And so the program has two stages, right? So we have the accelerated reading program, which is mainly for those who wants to become fluent Quran reciters. So you want to be able to read the Quran fluently on your own with Tajweed. So the first semester of the program is 16 weeks, and it will take you through the reading curriculum, so that at the end of the first semester, 16 weeks, you are able to read the Quran on your own with Tajweed, inshallah. And the second semester of the accelerated reading program is just to kind of practice and get the fluency and the speed of reading the Quran, inshallah, especially the speed of pronouncing the letters and the sounds very well. So today I will be doing the Tajweed of Surah Al-Kafirun. So we all know Surah Al-Kafirun is in ayah 109 of the Quran, right? And Suratun Makkiyah. So Surah Al-Kafirun is a surah that was revealed to Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam in the city of Mecca. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين. So Surah Al-Kafirun, I'll later go on into the tafsir in a little bit of the meaning of the surah, but like you all know, Surah Al-Kafirun was revealed in Mecca, right? So the first tajweed rule we're going to learn is that the rule of sukun, the rule of alf circle sukun. You see this sukun here is a form of sukun that whenever you see on letters of the Quran, it shortens the sound of the letter, right? It shortens the sound of the letter. So qul ya ayyuha. So you see this ya here. So there's a tiny alif mad here. So whenever we learn the mad in the mad module, we have this tiny alif, and this tiny alif is a form of mad, right? Is a form of mad, and it's gonna be ya, right? قل يا أيها الكافرون يا أيها الكافرون. So this ya that you see on the mad is a letter of mad, is a tiny mad. It's for the ya, and the long fatha that you see on top of that alif is a sign of derived mad elongation, and it means that whenever you see this kind of an alif, which is ya mad or a waw mad or a ya mad or a waw mad, any letter of mad, and the letter that comes right after those letters of mad is an hamza. So here now hamza comes right after this, and because of that, this ya is gonna be elongated for up to 5 seconds. It's called al-maddu al-jaiz al-munfasil. Al-maddu al-maddu jaiz al-munfasil. So here is gonna be ya, so 5 counts. Ya ayyuhal kafirun. This is izharul lam al-qamariyya, right? Izharul lam al-qamariyya. So the lam here is going to be pronounced with the sukoon, but this hamzat al-wasl is not going to be pronounced. So you don't pronounce this alif here. It's not as much in the middle of the ayah, the middle of a sentence, you don't pronounce it. So ya, and the qaf itself is a letter that comes out from the adna lisan, from the end part of the tongue. You know, the qaf and the kaf, they both come out from the same articulation point, but they have different attributes. So the qaf is pronounced with a full mouth. So the qaf is among the huruf al-khafd, letters that you pronounce with heavy and full mouth. Unlike ka. Ka is pronounced with an open mouth, a light mouth. But the qa is pronounced with a full mouth. So you remember, you don't pronounce the qaf like the kaf. If you say kuliya, that's wrong. If you say kul, it means you say eat. Kul. If you say kul, it means eat. You know, to eat something, right? Eat, right? But if you say kul with the qa, it means say. So you have to be very careful when you pronounce the sound of the letters of the Quran. So if you say ku, if you say kuliya, if you say kul, this is what you're saying. If you only say kuliya, so it's like you're pronouncing the kaf in the place of a qaf. And this kaf, with this kaf and the lam, it means kul, it means eat. So it means eat, all you the disbelievers. That's not the meaning of the ayah. The ayah means say. Right? Say, O Muhammad, say. You know, Allah is asking Rasulullah to call unto the disbelievers in Mecca who are trying to call Rasulullah to the worship of idols. So Allah Ta'ala is asking Rasulullah to tell them. Allah is asking the Rasul to tell them something, right? So make sure when you pronounce the letters, make sure you are very articulate and correct. So the moment you change the sound of letters, you change the meaning of the Quran. So this one is a letter of khafd. قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ. So you see the ka, this is an alif mad here as well, a tiny mad. And this one is a waw here. It's representing mad also for the ra. Roon. You see I said roon. This is a special kind of mad. It can either be 2, 4 or 6 seconds count. Right? So it can be roon just 2 seconds, or it can be roon 6 seconds, or roon 6 seconds. But you've got to be consistent. It's called al-maddu al-aridul lis-sukun. So whenever a letter of mad is exposed to a sukun on the letter that comes right after it, so the count can either be 2, 4 or 6 count. So when you're stopping on a letter and the letter has what? So normally whenever you stop on the letter from our past lessons, so this noon here, when you stop on this noon, you're going to give this noon a half circle sukun. So instead of it having kafiruna, you don't say kul ya ayyuhal kafiruna. You don't say that. Right? That's not the rule of recitation of the Quran. So you have to give this fatha, cancel this fatha, and give the a half circle sukun. And the half circle sukun, like we learned earlier, it's going to shorten the sound of the noon. So the noon is going to be قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ. For my own maddu al-aridul lis-sukun, I prefer to make it 6 seconds count. So you can do yours 2 or 4 or 6, but you've got to be consistent on whichever one you pick. So, join us in our Quran program to learn more details about this, right? And get, to split it down and get it separated and learn, very easy way. I'm just kind of revising all this because we've done past classes explaining the concept of the med, the concept of sukun, and all this med that I'm just mentioning here. So watch our previous classes in the guide session of this group. You can watch all the sessions that we had in the past, right? So, قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ لَا أَعْبُدُ مَا تَعْبُدُونَ. You see the la. So this la, it's a lam and also an alif together with it. You see here also this alif mad also is having a long direct mad elongation for al-mad al-jaz al-mufassir. Why? I mentioned earlier, I said anytime any letter of mad, alif, waw or ya, is succeeded by a Hamza, that letter of mad which normally is going to elongate for 2 seconds can be elongated to up to 6 seconds. You see that? La. Sorry, it could be elongated to up to 5 seconds maximum, right? Not 5 seconds maximum, right? La a'budu ma ta'budun. You see, this ayn is a letter a lot of people find hard to pronounce, and the reason is because you don't know the makhraj, the end exit point of this letter in your mouth. So the letter comes out from the wasat al-halq, the middle part of the throat. So if you're not feeling the ah in the middle part of your throat when you pronounce it, you're not pronouncing the ah. So you must feel that letter in the middle part of the throat whenever you pronounce it. So you see that you've got to feel that. So la ah. So you've got to feel the ayn at the middle of the throat. La a'budu ma ta'budun. You see, I'm doing my own maddul a'aridul sukun for 6 counts. So it's called al maddu a'aridul sukun. When you elongate the sound of a mad for up to 6 seconds, because why? Because the mad is exposed to sukun. So this is what I mean by that. So this is the letter of mad, wow. You know, we have 3 letters of mad: alif, waw, and ya. So when all these 3 letters are not having short vowel sound, what are short vowel sound? What are short vowel sound? Short vowel sound as the fatha, kasra, dhamma. Why? Because whenever you have this sound on letters, they only pronounce the letter for 1 second sound, right? So that's why they are called the short vowel sound. But when you see a letter of mad, waw, ya, alif, when they don't have any short vowel sound, they will be used to pronounce letters for 2 seconds. But here you see this waw here is exposed to a noon that comes after it. Because we are stopping here, this noon is going to be taking a sukun. This noon is going to be taking a sukun, and because this noon is going to be taking a sukun, so this waw is exposed to a letter with sukun, and we call it al-maddu al-aridun lis-sukun. And that's why you can elongate the sound of the mad for up to 6 counts if you want to stop. La a'budu ma ta'budun. So let's go to next ayah. Wala antum. You see this one here? This is among the rules of tanween and nun sakin. I already taught this in the class earlier. Just go check our previous classes in the Quran. In the guide session of this group, you see that. So this is called nun sakina. Why? It's silent noon, a noon that is not having a sound. So this noon here is like a twin brother to tanween, and it's gonna be pronouncing this hamza like a tanween. So it's gonna be antum, and it's for 2 seconds, right? The ghunna is gonna be for 2 seconds, right? Wala antum. So you don't say wala. That's wrong. That's an excessive ghunna, and that is not allowed in Quran recitation. So it's just gonna be 2 seconds count, 2 seconds ghunna. Wala antum abiduna ma a'budu. Ma a'budu. You see, we already learned the qalqala earlier on, right? So this dal is gonna be, the dhamma is going to be cancelled because you're stopping on it, and we're going to give it a half circle sukun. And anytime the dal has a half circle sukun, because you stop on it or because it has it naturally, the sound of the dal, it's going to have echo. Day, right? D-A-Y, day. That's how it's going to be pronounced. وَلَا أَنْتُمْ عَابِدُونَ مَا أَعْبُدُ وَلَا أَنَا عَابِدٌ مَا عَبَدْتُمْ. You see how it's pronounced? مَا عَبَدْتُمْ. So you can say abaditum. People make that mistake. That is khata. Why? Because this rule is idgham, right? Idghamu, we call it mutajanisan, right? Idghamu mutajanisan. When the 2 letters are of the same jins, so they come out from the same articulation point from the mouth, right? Da, ta, da, ta. So they are, you know, they are articulation points are very close, right? So this is idgham mutaqariban. The articulation points are very close in the mouth. So because of that, we're going to cancel the dal pronunciation and only pronounce the ta with a shadda. Wala ana. So we already learned the rule of having a small circle sukun. You don't pronounce the nun, right? You don't pronounce the alif, so it's going to be ana. Wala ana. So you don't say ana because we already learned the mad, but in as much this small circle sukun is on the alif, it cancels the mad. Wala ana abidum ma abattum. You see, you don't pronounce this dal here. It doesn't have anything there. Ma abattum. ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد. Are you guys following me, right? ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين. Waliya. So people make mistakes and now they can't identify how many letters we have in this one here. So in this one here, there are two letters. We have a lam and a ya. You see this? So this letter here is a lam, a combination of a lam and a ya. So the lam is having, right? The lam is having ya kasra and the ya is having a fatha. You see? So the one that comes first is going to have the first sign, the first sound. So the lam has the first sound, which is the kasra, and the ya has the second one. Waliya. Waliyadin. You see that? So that's great, and everyone, I hope everyone learned from this and able to benefit from that, right? So I will read this ayah again, or this surah again, and I want anyone to ask questions if you have questions, right? So whenever you see this kind of lam here, it means there are two letters here. So there's what? There's a lam and an alif. So, and whenever an alif that is غير متحرك, it doesn't have a sound, so it's connected to another letter, it's going to help that letter elongate the sound for 2 seconds. So this lam has a fatha here. The alif here is the letter of mad there, so it's going to be la. And because the letter that comes right after the letter of mad is an hamza, it's going to be a mad al-jaiz al-mufasil, and that makes the elongated for 5 seconds maximum, right? So let me read the surah again. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل, this is a qaf with dhamma, the u sign. قل يا. So this is an hamza on top of an alif. So whenever you have hamza on top of an alif, you pronounce the hamza. You don't pronounce the alif. Whenever you have hamza at the bottom of an alif, you pronounce the hamza. You have hamza on top of a wa, you pronounce hamza. You have hamza on top of a ya, you have to pronounce hamza. So, Ya ayyuhal kafirun, la a'budu ma ta'budun, ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين. See that? So great. Inshallah, anyone who's interested in joining our adult reading program, I'm so excited to tell you that we are starting with some very interesting students next week, almost 6 students in our adult reading program that's starting next week, inshallah. So we have a maximum of 10 students to join each cohort. So if you're interested to get started and reach out to me, send me a message, and I can tell you more details about the program, and you can join with us next week Saturday, bi'idhnillah. If you're excited and you're the person that's so interested to learn to read the Quran fluently, join us in the Quran class, inshallah, with the adult reading program starting next week Saturday on the 3rd, inshallah. I would like to see you guys there. And if you do have a child that wants to learn to read the Quran fluently, we do also have Quran reading program for kids as well. So if you do have any questions about Quran learning and reading, put a comment below this video, or reach out to me, send me a personal message. I will reach out to you, inshallah. Until then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.